Okay, they said that tickets were first come, first serve, so I am definitely the first one here. Hey, what's up? I'm Marie Forleo's book cover. Hey, this is RKA, and this is another episode of Awkward Marketing. Because marketing your business can be awkward, sometimes awful. I'll help you make it awesome. And speaking of awesome, for more of these awesome videos, you're going to want to hit subscribe and throw me a like. 'Tis the season for the good old year in review, and in that spirit, here's a small collection of my 2019 business fails. TEDx, South by Southwest, and this. Take a peek at this pitch video I sent Marie Forleo's team back in June. Hey, it's Carrie Borleo, and you're watching Carrie TV, the place to be to create a business and life you really like a lot. And today is Q&A Tuesday. Today's question comes from RKA's mom in Chicago, Illinois. She writes, "Hey, hello, Carrie. My daughter, RKA, wants to interview Marie Forleo about her book coming out this fall on her business comedy show, Awkward Marketing. It's going to be a lot of good, clean fun. But she's nervous to make the pitch. So I thought you or one of your famous friends could help her." Great question, RKA's mom. If I've learned anything from Marie, it's that everything is figure-outable. So let's figure out how RKA can make this pitch together. I've got someone very special in my studio today to help.
Brad Brosakis is a celebrated entrepreneur, speaker, author, trainer, coach, funnel hacker, growth emperor, and scale king. And he's the author of the 24-time Amazon bestseller, It's Grind O'Clock Somewhere.
Welcome to the show, Brad. How would you suggest that RKA makes this pitch?
Great to be here, Carrie. You know, when I was writing my book on making 7 figures in 7 minutes, I was pitched by everyone from Jeff Bezos to Oprah. You know her. So I would tell RKA, hey, you gotta make it easy on Marie. Bring your audio and video equipment to her, or you can meet on Zoom. And hey, never do an interview without a Lambo in the background.
Thanks, Brad. Great advice. RKA's mom, I want your daughter to remember that, as Marie herself says, the world needs that special gift that only RKA has. Let Marie know how fun, easy, and unforgettable the interview will be, and I'm sure she'll love it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Carrie TV. Spoiler alert, they all said no, but here's why I'm telling you about it. When I didn't get TEDx, when I didn't get South by Southwest, when Marie Forleo's team said no, my impulse was to hide it. Because no one makes money off of broadcasting their losses, right? Unless it's one of those rags to riches Brad stories like, I hit rock bottom, but then I made $1 million. One of the reasons I started this show, Awkward Marketing, was to walk my talk for you guys. And I talk all day, every day about showing up consistently, creating standout content, building epic, unforgettable brands. I started this show to model how that's done in my own wild and wacky way. And if I've learned anything about creating epic, unforgettable brands in my 10 years in the game, it's this. Epic brands aren't afraid of epic fails. Spectacular failure is part of the game. You've got to be pushing limits and taking risks and know that you will get more no's than yeses and keep playing anyway. But online marketers are really good at sweeping those fails under the rug. We hear about how someone TEDx'd this or 6-figured that. We see Insta posts about lavish vacations and private jets. We read testimonials about big wins and record-breaking results. And it seems like the only time we hear about failure is through the rosy-colored glasses of, and then I learned this one game-changing strategy, and you can too! Join my program! And I think this messaging is toxic to small business owners because we start to believe that successful businesses are always successful. That getting a no is somehow reflective of our worth or predictive of our business's future. That those people have something special that we don't. And online marketers want us to feel this way. This is the feeling that pushes us to buy more courses, invest in programs we can't afford. This is the feeling that makes us water down our brand message or copy someone else's. So I decided, if I really wanted to walk my talk, that I needed to share these fails with you. And at the same time, share that, yeah, my business is still successful. I support my family with my income alone. I have been booked solid for 5+ years, My revenue and profits grow every single year, and I'm still failing spectacularly all the time. There's no before and after here. It's not like I used to fail and then I found a secret and now I'm rich. It's I'm successful because I dare to fail constantly. It's in 2019, I had some of my biggest wins and my biggest fails ever. It's the more I level up, the more I fail at a higher level. You can fail and be successful at the same time. And let me tell you something, I have been behind the scenes of those big launches, 7+ figure businesses, names you probably admire and think have it all. And with each of those successes were simultaneous failure stories. They just don't tell you about it until it becomes a hook on a sales page years in the future when the fail is way in the rearview mirror. But the truth is, these things happen together, which leads me back to my failed interview pitch to Marie Forleo. My goal was to interview her about her book, Everything is Figureoutable. Remember? Well, Marie, I figured it out! How to succeed and fail at the very same time, because that's business, y'all. That's life. And that's what this book is about. So a few months after I got the no on the formal interview pitch, I went to the Everything is Figureoutable book tour in Chicago. And guess what? There was a Q&A. Look who interviewed Marie Forleo after all. Here's what I asked her. Hey, Marie and Lovey, I'm Rachel. And as you can see, I'm dressed like you tonight. I work with women on branding for their businesses, and I gotta tell you, every other woman who comes to me to brand her business says, I want to be Marie Forleo. So what I want to know is, what do you tell the thousands of women out there, and women and men, who want to be you so bad that they're copying or they want a brand like yours?
First of all, it's super understandable for all of us. I have seen things out in the world that we all have, where we're like, oh my goodness, I really appreciate that. And here's what I always like to share. The thing that you're appreciating in me is actually something you have in you. You just gotta dial into that thing. You're just kind of noticing the fact that I'm really fucking comfortable in my skin, so you like that, but you can be comfortable in your skin. So we teach this in B-School. I'm very straight out, and I'm just like, look, don't copy my shit because it's not gonna work for you. I want you to have so much success, it's like endless. So I'm gonna teach you the principles of what I do so that you can embody it through your own beautiful, unique gift. So I say that all the time, so that's what I would say. I love it.
I've dressed up as Marie's copycat Curry a time or two to prove a point. The one that Marie just proved in her answer. That epic, unforgettable brands aren't built by copying someone else. We all know somebody who's ripped off someone else's website, brand style, voice. How'd that work out for them? Who wants to be unforgettable because they look like a budget knockoff of someone else's brilliance? But I think that Marie's answer also speaks to this success-failure hybrid I've been talking about. Why do we play it safe? Why do we copy other brands? Why do we hide behind messaging that doesn't truly embody our brilliance? Because we're scared to fail. We don't take risks. We don't make big pitches. We don't show up as our bold and brilliant selves because we're so desperately trying to failure-proof our lives and businesses. But you'll never get a yes if you're not willing to get a no. You'll never build an epic, unforgettable brand if you're not willing to risk epic failure. You can't win if you're not playing the game. And luckily, in this game, the game of life and biz, you don't just get one shot and you're out. You get endless shots every day to win and lose and lose and win. And the thing that we don't talk about is these things happen together. As Marie writes in her book, Perfection Brain says failure is unacceptable. Progress Brain says failure is unavoidable. So buy the book and get ready to fail hard and win hard in 2020. Let's do it together. If you like this video, you're gonna love this. My Don't Hire a Web Designer Until You Read This ebook. It's everything you need to know before you plan your next rebrand and how to make sure you choose the right person for the job. Go to don'thireawebdesigner.com to snag it. It's like I'm giving it away because I am.